Now, who doesn't love warm beds and home cooking? The Lloydminster Bobcats were hoping that would do the trick after dropping 2 straight on the road last night. The Bobcats faced the Grand Prairie Storm, a team they handily beat in all 6 meetings last year. First period, Jimmy Tisch, the speedy American looking for his first AJHL goal, denied by Liam McLeod. Moments later, Storm on the power play, Jade McMullen turns, fires, and he scores. Grand Prairie up 1-0. Now, just over 5 to go in the opening frame, Lyndon Springer with a floater on net, deflecting off a Storm player's stick and finds mesh. Hey, they all count, 1-1. Now 2-1 Storm, and a pair of Bobcats collide, setting up this. McMullen, his second of the game, 3-1 GP after 20 minutes. Bobcats trim that deficit to 1. Bryce Woodward's pass takes a deflection, and Eric Therrien, inspired by the baseball pennant races in the major, bats home his 3rd goal of the season. It's 3-2. 3 minutes later now, a scramble in front of Devin Green. No one picks up Jared Toole, who puts away the loose puck. 4-2 Storm. In the final minutes of the second, Bobcats get a break.
Now gets back to the point. Here's Coons on the draw. Shot on goal. Scores!
Tyler Kuntz's shot gets deflected by Tisch, his first of the AJHL goal, 4-3. Now late in the third, Chris Cito with a nice little drag and fires one off the iron. The Bobcats applying more pressure. Lucas Benich drives hard to the net and gets knocked into the post. Grand Prairie adds an empty netter and takes this one by a score of 5-3. A bittersweet night for Tisch, who got his first AJ goal. The Cats have now dropped 3 straight, giving up an average of 4 goals in those losses. Now let's head to the Civic Center for some post-game reaction.
If you stand around and wait for the puck to come, you'll be waiting a long time, and that's exactly what happened tonight. I thought in the third period we got a little bit more desperate and showed a little bit more desperation, but again, we just got outworked by a team that was hungrier than we were tonight.
You know, we had our chances, tons of chances that, you know, we've had that many chances the past couple games, and we got to start bearing down on them and put them in the net.
It felt good. It's just, I've had plenty of opportunities before. It's just like past games, and it just feels good to finally break the seal.
In other AJHL news, the Bonnyville Pontiacs will try to weather the storm as they take on Grand Prairie tonight. The Pontiacs are fresh as they've had over a week to rest, and the Storm have had a quick turnaround after their tilt in Lloyd last night. Now let's turn our attention to midget hockey, where the PWM Steelers were taking on the Pack Saints. Pick things up in the second. Janelle Damon sees Tyra Maropoulos open on the left wing. Maropoulos makes the pass back to Damon in front of the net, and Damon scores past Ashton Gosen to make it 1-0 for the Pack. Moments later, LaShawn Vick, though, would shoot just wide of the bars. Madison Cole tries to make it a one-timer but finds the post. Isn't that always just music to the goalie's ears? In the dying minutes now of the second, Kiana Furcus with a shot on goal trying to tie it up for the Steelers. But Kennedy Kozak manages to gain control of the puck. Look at her. She's making it up the ice here. She makes a nice shot on the pads, and Damone capitalizes on the rebound to make it 2-0 and her second of the period. Pack went on to score 2 more in the third for a final score of 4-0. Now, turning our attention to high school football, the Rosary Raiders have been the model of consistency with their strong play. As for the Lloyd Comp Barons, they're bouncing back under a new coach, starting the season at 2-0. So when the Raiders and Barons met at Armstrong Field yesterday for the battle in the border city, you knew you were in for some excitement. First quarter, the Barons defense causing troubles for Carl Deladetsky. A botched snap leads to Chase Guest with the sack. Now, Barons marching down the field, and a high snap leads to this melee. Barons do recover, but were forced to punt. Look at all the guys on the ground there. In the second, Teledetsky, again facing pressure, tries to scramble, but is hauled down by Tanner Ringland. Now, next play, Teledetsky to Evan Russett. He gets enough for the first down, but coughs up the ball. Barons do recover. However, the Raiders would find a breakthrough late in the quarter. Teledetsky looks left, looks right, finds slanting Garrett Kronowski for the major. 11-1 at the half. Now 17-1 in the fourth. Teledetsky to a wide open Matt Holman. Another 6 for the Raiders. 24-1. This is a bit of a slaughter. Now Teledetsky, he throws his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. 31-1 is the final score. Now let's check out some Bantam football now. The Lloydminster Mustangs had their home opener today at Holy Rosary Field. Late in the quarter, Cold Lake already up 8-0. Cordell Caliu will air one out to Anthony Francis for the touchdown. The 2-point convert is good. 16-zip Royals. Now in the second, Mustangs look to get on the board. Dylan Gottinger will find the corner of the end zone. That made it 16-6. Now the ensuing kickoff here. Josh Gardner fumbles the ball in the end zone, picks it up, and is off to the races. He is on his horse. Cold Lake takes this contest by a score of 40-14. Lot to win there, look at that. Now, Rustlers are on the road in Lethbridge. The men, now ranked 6th in the nation, took down the Pontiacs 5-1. Stefan Kukovic and Darko Hardy, the Serbian snipers, with 2 goals each, and Omar Amador chips in with 1. On the women's side, Hannah Henry, Amber, Donovan, and Lisa Igam all scored for the women to give them a draw against the Kodiaks. They get a much-needed point and stay in playoff contention.